Hey guys, my name is Sewage and welcome back to another experiment video here in City Skylines. Today, I want to build a small little city slash town below sea level. Yes, it's going to be quite cool. We're going to try and do something quite cool. We're building a whole functional city below sea level while being surrounded by the sea, which sounds freaking amazing. And at the same time, at the end of the episode, at the end of this experiment, we're going to destroy the flood walls and let the water flow in and sink the city. So it's going to be some good, and there is also going to be some bad. It's April Fools, so we're going to play a big joke on these citizens. And if you guys enjoyed this, I want to see more experiments like this in the future, then make sure, 1, you smash that like button down below, and 2, make sure you subscribe. There is a third option as well. If you've got any experiments that you want to suggest or see me do in the future, let me know in the comment section as well. Now, guys, we've got this little map here. It's something I've built and I've used it a few times in the past on many experiments. So what I want to do is we're going to pick an area in the middle. We're going to first raise it above the sea level, build sea walls, then inside of it, we're going to drop the terrain to go below the current sea level. We'll then build our city, and then when it's all up and running, fully functional, and we think we've got it so freaking easy, we're going to destroy the flood walls, and that is when all hell ensues. Now, we do have on here the boats running past, so I kind of want to get it down in this area, which is perfectly fine. So let's go to the terrain options first. And let's kind of level it out. So at this level, you can see the terrain height is at 20. Let me make the brush size really small. So about here, and we'll pick this one there, which is where the green grass starts. That's at 35 or 36 to be precise. So let's actually go for, let's actually make it just 35. So it's 15 feet above sea level, or meters, centimeters. I don't know what it is, but it's 15 of a value above it. So if we make the brush size fairly big, there we go to that size there, that is now above the sea level. Obviously the sea goes over it and then it will all disappear. So what we want to do is kind of make almost a square. Well, we'll try our best anyway. And this is ultimately going to be, well, not a square, but like a nice decent size for our little town slash city to be built in. Because we need to add in flood walls so the water doesn't come and get us again before we destroy the flood walls. It's going to be quite cool. So we'll make it high enough, because the reason we're going to make it high is so we can place the flood walls on, because you can't build flood walls on water. And then once we've done that, the space that we have inside of the flood walls, we're going to then lower it pretty much down to 0, as low as we can possibly build. And then build a city inside of it. So we're going to need like a really long tunnel of some sorts. Or ultimately we could push this back a little bit more. So it gives us a lot more kind of room to play around with. So let me just kind of get this all pretty much flat right now. And we have to do a bit of a fast forward session to get the water to disappear. Which is going to cause a tsunami like over here anyway. When all this flood water kind of gets out of here. But it's now dispersing. It's going in all different directions. It'll take a couple of minutes just to kind of sort itself out. But this is going to be so freaking cool. Building a city below sea level? Oh, this definitely interests me. So that's a perfect kind of height then. The water's only just there, which is the perfect height to build the flood walls. You don't want to make this too high, because when we do destroy the flood walls, we want the water to like kind of seep in. We'll have to do some terraforming. But build the wall around, then literally lower everything back in the middle. This is going to be quite fun. So we have a few little kind of stragglers right now. Can I flatten you a bit more? But I think the majority of the water's gone, right? Could we say that? Yeah, maybe. So let's pick this then. And we'll take it. We can't build on water. Right, we'll pick it here. Because it's not all perfect. But we'll try our best to kind of get a perfect rectangle. So again, we can't build on water apparently. I suppose it depends where the water's flowing, right? This is gonna be. Oh, I'm so excited for this experiment. So let's bring this out as far as we can. So it snaps there. So let's delete. Right, that is the perfect now rectangle for this. Some of the water's flowing in over to here, which is quite cool to see. Oh, I'm so excited about this. Right. So what we now do then is we get the current level of the terrain and we're going to push it to everywhere. Right now, so if I kind of up the brush size and flatten it all the way around, so the only thing now that we have is the raised terrain to where we have these flood walls, which is really, really cool to see and interesting. So the water all comes back in. It's all the way up to the edges. There's nowhere to escape once you're in the inside of it. But what we want to do is make this inside lower, because we want it to be lower than the sea level. Now, granted, the floor, it's at the same size as the sea floor. So if you kind of base the sea level being there, which is up to here, as you can see, we've got this big drop. So technically we already are below the sea level, but we're going to make it a lot lower. So we're going to now to pretty much 0. Make the brush size smaller, and that is the... Oh my goodness me. This is going to be amazing. This is literally going to be so freaking amazing. I'll move that brush size a bit. So I'll get it as far as the edges as I possibly can before we kind of fine tune all of this. So let's get the fine tuning done. So imagine living, I mean, what I like about doing these experiments is seeing the comment section, because when I do an experiment, no matter how it goes, somebody always comments going, congratulations, you built insert city name here, like my city, or you built certain country or my country, stuff like that. I can guarantee right now I'm going to see comments that going, congratulations, you built the Netherlands. Because isn't the majority of that country below sea level? They kind of built a bunch of levees to reclaim some land. To kind of build, or to have more service area to build on to expand the nation. And that's pretty much what they've done, haven't they? If there was a big tsunami or the sea levels did rise quite a bit over the levee system that they've got, you might see the Netherlands go underwater. But there we go. This is pretty much all it here. So we're now going to need a way to kind of get the traffic over. So do we kind of build something like a really, really big bridge? That might be pretty sweet. So if I was to get like, because it would look very, very impressive, wouldn't it? That would be the thing. So if I was to build this and go, let's go up by 2. And then this one, bring it down. So it's up by 2. And let's see, where does it snap? And where's the snap on this? Right, the snap's there. So this is gloriously high. Let's take this all the way back as well. And then we'll kind of sort something out with the old entering the city. But this is perfect. It comes down to here. And then we want to make it literally... Oh, can I... How far can I take... Oh, that's another issue. Look, as soon as you get to here, it stays the same, but we kind of have to raise it a lot higher. So I kind of leave it at that height there. Because the floor bed is so much lower, it thinks it's a lot lower as well. So then here... Right, I want to bring it all the way down to the ground. So we do have... Do you know what? Yeah, we do have that kind of underneath section there, which is pretty cool. And then can I bring this all the way up? Yes. Oh, look at that. That is one glorious way to enter the city below the sea level. I'm quite excited. And of course, guys, this wouldn't be a Seniac video if we didn't go and drop a cheeky little roundabout in, was it? Would it, guys? It wouldn't be a Seniac video about one of these. Right, boom, there you go. Okay, right, and now we have a legitimate way to enter this place. So down you go. Let me take the little snapping off. Okay, not worried about too much. Oh, the grass is starting to grow as well. Let's put it into play mode. Okay, so the grass is now starting to grow. This is looking pretty fantastic. I am so excited. So let's get some road structure, some lane structure now all set up. So this is not going to be perfect, like, you know, it's not symmetrical. That's not in the, you know, in the center of this whole place. And to be honest, I'm not too bothered about that. I'm really not too bothered about that. I just want to build somewhat a semi-functional city. So if I build this road going all the way down. Wait, hold on. I've kind of built that without having the snapping thing on. So we could, again, somewhat get a straight line anyway. Alright, there we go. So bring this out. And again, I'm not too worried about it not being fully in order. Okay, we'll go to about there. Because I want some space around. So you can kind of see how it now all comes together. So we go up to there with this. This goes directly under. Which is pretty cool. So at least the road inside is the perfect shape. At least that road is. So we'll do what we can over here. So there are freeways connected to the roundabout to get in and out of the city. And then we'll do... we'll go for smaller ones. These ones here. So we'll go for like a tram track kind of design. Because what I could do with this is have that... Can I make it go under? Oh, a little bit higher. We can actually low-key build a tram system going through the whole of this. How cool would that be? Like, actually have like a proper, fully functional city with good transport links and networks. I'll make this go down a little bit more. And we'll go to about here. That's fine. There we go. Solid. Solid, mate. Right, let's get these good connections set up then. We'll go for the 2-laners. I'm not sure what the traffic is going to be like. I'm going to take the snapping off as well. Where we're going to have a lot of traffic. But I suppose it's all part of the fun. Alright, can I move that? Oh, I'm on the wrong one. There we go. Just move that slightly over a second. Alright, it's a little bit funky. But we can sort that out. Okay. So it's pretty much all connected. We just need some water, the rest of the road grid set up. And then we're pretty much ready to start accepting people to come in and start living here. And then once it's all up and running, we've got it perfect. We've got good transport links. You know, we're making money, making profit. The city is bustling. There's lots of people moved in. I think then we'll destroy one of the walls. And let's literally let all the seawater in. It's going to be destruction and chaos to its finest. We have the road set up. And believe it or not, if I show you the water right now, you might be thinking, oh, that is the weirdest looking pipework going. And you probably, you're thinking, like, you haven't put much effort or thought into this. And while you are kind of right, but at the same time, you can't, look, I can't get it in, there's certain areas where you can't place it down. Like, you go along and then it goes red like that. I think it's because of how physically low we currently are right now. So I've had to wiggle the pipework along just to get it all in. But what I'm going to do right now then is make sure they've all got water. So can I place these? I can't place these anywhere. So I might have to come all the way from the other end. Can I get these on the edges? So no, it's physically impossible to get any water on the edges. So the water have to come from all the way up here. Oh, okay. So I have pipework from one of the episodes where we built the... remember when we built the city on an island? This is where that save game's from. And apparently the pipework is still there. That's amazing. So we'll do this then. We'll get this all hooked up. And will it go through this? Yes. Oh, perfect. So we have to give it some form of now electricity, which we will. We'll give it a little windmill. Now, power. Power, power, power. We need to do sewage as well. So I'm thinking we'd do sewage like inside of here by using one of these little basins. And we'll use one of these areas for the industrial side. So I think I'll pick up in this corner of the industrial side anyway. Where should I place these down? Right, let's get one there. And connect it up. And then for the garbage disposal, we'll use my favourite mod. Throw this in, and I get this. I want to have like a good connection to all the areas, so I think I'll just set it up pretty much there anyway, and that should be up and running again as soon as it starts getting garbage delivered to it. So I think we're now ready to actually start getting people moving in, which is gonna be really fun. So we'll go all high density residential because obviously, of course, that gets the most people moving in these areas. So we start at the back. Oh, can we actually place buildings over here? Oh, this is going to be hilarious to see that get added in, because it kind of goes all the way up to the side. So I'm not sure how the buildings are going to play out when they, get moved into there. So lots of residential will drop in. Are we in pause mode or play mode? No, we're in play mode. Okay. We'll do some commercial. Now, do commercial pockets like here where we could have potentially tram stops, which would be pretty cool. So we just have the commercial in a line going around here, touching both sides. Yeah, why not? And then we'll have some industrial now, all up on this side for the jobs. And then everywhere else is pretty much gonna be residential. So I want to maximize all of this area, all this space we get to work with. Right, so the buildings are coming in. Actual population hasn't gone up just yet, but we should start to see that going up very soon. Let me get the rest of this zoning in. Let's do all the side skirts, as I'm now going to call them, along here too. This is going to be amazing to see all this be placed in. This is going to be hilarious. Right, anyway, people are actually starting to move in right now anyway, so this is going to be quite cool. So how are those buildings taking suit? Ah, okay, so it takes a huge chunk of the wall down, doesn't it? You can see it more dominantly over there, which is kind of cool. So while they all now eventually make their way over and move in, I'm going to have to start thinking about services. So the new service that we've got at the moment is the garbage trucks, which are driving around doing their thing. We're going to need some policing, so while I've got the millions of cash money moolahs in the bank, we'll drop down a large police station. We'll drop down my big boy fire department. We need a good healthcare system, so I'll get the life center in. And we need some good death care as well. So should we get the advanced crematoriums? These have 250 capacity, or these ones have 800. But they're quite a big building to get it. We could squeeze it in there. So that's all the services then. For now. We might need to add more of those in the future. But ultimately, I just want to see when people move in. So no one's moving in just yet. We'll fast forward. Waiting for enough garbage to come in to our little incinerator plant before it starts producing electricity. But we're pretty much now just waiting for vehicles to arrive. So as soon as we start seeing them turning off here and stuff like that, it's all systems go. I might need to do some lane diversion very quickly. So that one goes to there, and that one goes to there. I might need to do the same on the island. Like to stop people turning. Just on these little ones anyway. So, population's rising rapidly, but obviously no one's here just yet. Oh, did we not hook up the sewage plant? Oh, we did, but it doesn't have power. Now, the problem is, now because this is complaining about power, this won't be functional until we do have sewage. So, I'm just going to, for the sake of it, we'll drop down one of these. It gives a little bit of power to certain things, certain places, certain areas. More importantly, the sewage plant does what it's got to do. And we're laughing all the way to the bank. Right, the first set of vehicles are now making their way over, which is really exciting. And we see it now coming from both sides too. So they're all going to be moving down then at lightning speeds. Lightning speeds, I tell you. To get over here and down to here. So this is producing, okay, it's producing 40 megawatts, and again, it does enough to the certain area, but the rest of it will come very soon. Right, exciting. So does that handle our sewage needs? Okay, it does all handle our sewage needs. It just needs more power. Right, vehicles are now coming. Vehicles are now entering in. This is going to be a very flourishing city. It's going to be amazing. We've already apparently got 10,000 population. Not sure how, because not everyone's moved fully in yet. But it's going to be quite exciting to see how far we can take this. It really is. Right, we're going to try and get everyone moved in as quick as possible. So get rid of the traffic lights on the various stops as they come in now. So wherever we see a backlog or a backup of traffic, remove the traffic lights. There we go. So let it all flow as smoothly and neatly as possible. And then when it's up and running, we'll then think about getting the whole tram system in as well. That'll be quite fun. But the power plant's not producing enough electricity just yet, but it will eventually when it picks up more garbage. But again, everyone needs to move in before it starts producing all that garbage anyway. Right, we seen any major traffic issues just yet? I mean, apart from the huge backlog we're going to have here now when everyone comes in. Not just yet anyway. But this is going to be so good. Let's do some lane dictation then. So you can only go this way in this lane, and then straight on in the others. You need to make sure you've decided what lane you're going to be in. So that hopefully that changes the flow of some vehicles. It's going to be so much fun. This is going to be so much fun to get all this up and running. Okay, right. So we seem to have all the electricity then, which is good. We'll give it a few minutes to let everybody fully move in and get settled. We actually now are making profit. I don't know how we're making so much freaking profit. What seems to be the big money maker? So it looks like it is the commercial side at the moment. All the commercial is making us some big money. That is a ridiculous amount of weekly income compared to normal. Damn, boy. Right, anyway, give them time to move in, and then we'll see where we are. The city is now growing quite dramatically. We're now over 20,000 in the population. Done some minor improvements. Got some schools in for the education, as you can now see. Peeps are now being educated, which is really good. Just got a little parking. Only reason is it just creates walkways over the roundabouts. So everyone's using that. It's quite profitable as well. GG, everybody. Making 17,000 a week profit. Man, there is so many vehicles coming in right now. This is crazy. And so all these upgrades are happening, as you can probably hear. So many dingalings being triggered right now. A lot of people are complaining here, not enough educated workers, but they are being educated, so it will come in time. Unemployment's at 70%, 18%. That will go down as more and more people get educated. Then again, there is so many more people moving in. The backlogs seem to never end. Oh no, the backlogs are pretty much done, like on the actual main highway. It's just coming down to here when they get hit with a little bit of traffic. So the backlogs are almost finished. Everyone's fully moved in, which is good signs. Still got a little bit of garbage issues, but is this now doing its job? It's got 48, 49, 50 garbage trucks being sent out. So they'll pick up all the garbage over time. Pretty cool to see. Parks is upgraded. Nice, making even more money than ever. So I think, yeah, it's probably best we add in the tram system. Only because it's got a little loop in it. I don't really want to know why I want to do this, but it'll be quite fun. It will be quite fun. Let's get the tram. Where can I squeeze this in? I need a good chunk of space, don't I? I need like a real good chunk of space. Right. Oh, there was a spot there, wasn't there? Here. Right, unfortunately we gotta delete some of these buildings. They've gotta go. But we got the tram depot now in. A lot of citizens over here are pretty sick. So I think I might replace that with some industry. Because you know how it is. I don't want everybody sick. We are gonna get rid of this whole, well, we are gonna destroy this at the end anyway. So why don't I replace it with like actual. Can I do... Wait, let me do this one. I think it's all gone. Let's actually place it with offices. That'd be pretty cool, right? Do the same over here. Like, get rid of this up to the commercial. And then same on this side. And then once it's all done, replace it with offices. It's a cool little idea, that is, isn't it? So at least it's just working areas that are going to be heavy populated. Look at that island. It's taking a beating. Right, let's get the actual tram set up then. So we've got the depot. Let's do stops. So we pretty much want to do like a stop here, a stop there, like every so often just do a stop. I just want to really maximize the amount of stops they are. The amount of people we can transport and pick up. Should be pretty fun. Right, we'll do the next one there. I know that one going in the opposite direction. So this is not to make profit, it's just to ship people around the city, feeling like they're living in a utopia before we drop. Well, we got quite a few stops here. Before we drop the flood walls. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait for that. Right, anyway, we're going to get up and running, make it pretty nice. So when we do destroy it, we can all cry about how good it once was. Look at the huge traffic jams we have here right now. Amazing. I mean, the majority of it is people trying to enter the city, trying to go in their certain directions and areas. They'll eventually get there. They'll eventually get there. Right, trams are coming in. Do we have traffic lights here? No, it's just vehicles trying to move. Beautiful. I would swallow it out, but we are going to destroy it, so there is really no point. So is this part still making like a bomb? Okay, no, it's not. Okay, maybe people are now starting to use the trams. There's a tram stop here, which, oh my goodness me, there are so many people waiting. Right, we'll give it a few minutes to kind of sort the trams out, because they're only all up here at the moment. Once I've gone in their directions, done a couple of loops, we get a comfortable idea of how many people have been transported, and then we can adjust accordingly, is the correct term. Right, this is the roundabout then. It's easing up a little bit. It is easing up a little bit, which is good to see. I think this is the biggest issue over here, which is the amount of garbage trucks going into this, isn't it? So, what we want to do is... oh, I'm up here, aren't I? Like, that lane just goes dramatically on. So you got to be in this lane to get into the garbage disposal area. Makes more sense. We'll see how it all flows. See how it all flows anyway. Okay, so it's going pretty well. Let's make it nice by adding in a bunch of trees. So let's go for these big boy ones. So it just looks so much more dominant. As many trees as we can squeeze in all the little gaps, in all the little nooks and crannies. We're getting all these trees in. All these beautiful trees have now been squeezed in. Glorious. Glorious. Oh, this is going to be terrible when we destroy this whole place. Right, is it producing enough power? I mean, are we using that much power? How are these guys complaining about not enough power? There is so much power in this city. It can be used. You can source it. You can take the power. Why are you struggling? It's ever since I placed the trees down. Are the trees soaking all the power up? Oh, no, we're back up and running. For a second there, the trees destroyed the power network. Guys, you all seen that, didn't you? You all low-key seen that. Now, this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. But it's just a matter of time before we destroy it by destroying the walls. Right, so while we wait them, so I'll make it, very more, a lot better, a lot more efficient. Okay, so in terms of jobs, unemployment, 33%. So what we could do now then is start to think about replacing the low density commercial with high density. So if I get rid of this huge section here and replace that with high density, that brings really, really high commercial buildings, meaning more and more people can work in there instead of the low density commercial that we have up and running. Let's get this little area up here set up too. Nice. And that should bring many, many more jobs. So how many people went unemployed there? So we went down to 38 because we got rid of all of those buildings. So it's to 39 right now. But as they come back into play and there's more jobs available, That should slowly start to drop. Also, we have to wait for these brand new commercial buildings, as you can see right now, to fully upgrade. Because the more they upgrade, the more jobs are available, and we can really bring down that unemployment rate. So it's almost back to where it was. It started at 33. It's now down to 34. 1% more off, and we're still upgrading these buildings. All the while I'm doing this, the population's getting bigger and bigger too. So we're now down to 33. So we're pretty much back where we are, and we can go a little bit further because we're employing even more people right now, which is really, really cool to see. So can we break 32% population? Sorry, 32% unemployed. The buildings are starting to slow down right now. Do you know what? I don't even mind if we don't, because the population's increased that much. 33% of this population is more employed than 33% unemployed of the previous population. Because we've got 30,000 people now living here. Is that not crazy? Or what, mate? That is ridiculous. Right, oh, we got sewage problems. Sewage problems, boys! Right, okay, we need another basin. Right, I'm going to place them over here. We'll just do, like, normal ones. There we go. We might need another water one, aren't we? Another water one down. Right, they're all done. They're beautiful. They are Gucci, mate. Well, what's your problem? None of educated workers. What's the education levels like now, then? Pretty good. So they're coming in. They're eventually coming in. Don't worry too much. Don't fret, boys. Don't fret. Unemployment now. Okay, it's going to 37. That population is increasing rapidly. Oh, wowzers. That population is increasing rapidly. So what if we got rid of all low density commercial at this point? So let me just pause for a second. Right, 8,600 jobs is what we've currently got. 8,600 jobs. Let's replace all this, give it a moment, and then see how many jobs we have on return of high density commercial. Number 8,000. So after all those upgrades then, we've now up to 9,100. So we've added in an extra 500 jobs. That's crazy, but still the unemployment increases. Just simply down to the fact that, wow, the population increases. That's pretty much it. But it's all looking good anyway. Apparently there's not enough garbage disposal pickup. What seems to be the issue over here? We've got like 100 vehicles currently out right now doing their thing. Traffic's a big issue. Traffic's a big issue. So what if we've got the actual tram network, which does really, really well. 6 vehicles. A lot of people waiting on some of the lines. So let me pull up. Can I pull up both of these lines? I'll move this down. Let's up this to 12 vehicles. Let's up this one to 12 vehicles as well. So we're doubling the amount of people we can now transport around. Did we make any profit off this? Not really a major amount. But let's do something that's going to be even bigger. A subway network, which is even crazier. So, let's place this here. We'll do one there. We'll do one there. One there. Here. Here. And then one here. This is going to be an almighty loop now for a subway network. We're creating a great city that is only going to be destroyed. Look at, I got to now focus on these little loops and these bumps and stuff for the network, because it doesn't all connect properly. I'm having the same problem like I did with the water supply. So there's certain areas I can place those down. So that's now in. So this might kill our tram network, but that's fine. That's fine, because now we're going to transport loads of people by the subway. So create that loop, do one in the opposite way. All good in the hood. Lots of upgrades are being caused again. That'd be quite fun to see how it now prevails. A lot of people are sick. I'm not complaining about the garbage disposal no more, are you? But they're sick because of the garbage that was building up previously before. Jobs now. Wow, we've gained so many freaking jobs just by adding in the subway network. It's really boosted and upgraded a lot of buildings. We've gained, oh my god, over 1,500 more jobs. That's crazy, and we're still growing. We are still growing. Right, are people really that sick? Yes. Healthcare then. We have a good, oh that's death care. We have a good hospital in over here, and it can almost support the patients. So we'll drop another one in over here, if I can squeeze it in. There we go. So hopefully that will keep everyone happy with more healthcare. This is a glorious city. I would quite like to enjoy living here. I would think it would be really cool. So anyway, unemployment's actually now decreasing because we're now getting more and more people jobs because there's more buildings and stuff going on, which is great. Education-wise, now lots of people are highly educated, but what is all this for? What is the end goal? Well, I'll tell you this right now. The end goal is ultimately destruction. Right, this keeps dropping and it's producing so much power. How is it still dropping? It makes no freaking sense. So I could replace the whole thing by doing the Tesla gig. I just don't get how this is just fluctuating so bad. So what if I did... The Tesla, it's a big building, isn't it? It's like I don't want to go down the route of placing this in, but if I have to, I'm going to have to place it in. Does it create pollution, by the way? No, it has noise pollution. Well, I can place it on this side. Right, how far until I can't place it no more? Right, I've just spent $1 million on doing that. So we can have constant power so nobody can complain. Oh, this is interesting, boys. This is so interesting. Right. Well, we'll let it simulate for now about another like 10-20 minutes. Just let the city progress a little bit further. Jobs are now up to 11,000. That is still increasing, which is amazing. Going in the right direction. And we'll see ultimately what it kind of tops out at. So we'll let it simulate and then see how it looks after. Okay then, so many moons have literally passed right now, and this is how glorious the city is now looking. Doesn't that look fabulous to you? Because it does to me. It looks fabulous. Boy, it looks so damn good. The city below the sea level. Oh, this is going to be so good. Right, so let's take a look at the final time of the city statistics. So unemployment's at 34%. Not much you can do. There is a load of jobs available. It's just not everybody's filling them, as you can see right now. So at least we've got more jobs available than people that can work, which is always a good sign. Everyone else is probably either too young or too old. When it comes to stuff like education, look at that. Look at that. There is some good statistics right there. A lot of education is happening right now, which is beautiful. Healthcare, there's a few sick people, understandable, it's going to happen, but the capacity's there. Death care, capacity's there, it's all freaking amazing. Noise pollution's all happening downtown. We don't need to look at the fire safety stuff anyway. Any tourists coming in? We have 57 tourists coming in, which is, everyone wants to see the city below sea level. I mean, I'd go to that. I'll be terrified the whole time I'm there, but I would definitely go there. Definitely go there. Is everyone happy? Everyone's happy, but they're not going to be happy once it hits them. In terms of money, 38,000 in income. Now, nearly 3,000 of it, or 2,000 of it there, as you can see, is solely coming from income from the subway network, which is amazing. Oh, that's another point. Let me see that. How well is that doing? 2,300 are using the subway, which is crazy. Oh my goodness me. So the big bulk of the money in terms of income, we're getting like 3,000 from the parks. It's coming from residential. That's where the bulk of it is coming from, which is pretty cool to see. That's making us tons of money. So this has been a very successful city. That is a really good view going down into from the bridges. Oh, this is amazing. But all good things must come to an end. Right, so this is going to happen in two ways right now. We can destroy the flood walls, but it won't physically flood the city because the water is at the level of the bottom of it. So what we're going to do then is, all right, let's see. Let me put it into play mode. Let's destroy this one. Oh, no, it does. Okay, right, I didn't realize. I've got it paused a second. I didn't realize it was at that height. Okay, this makes so much more sense right now. So, okay, I'm going to delete this one here. And we'll just watch it go to smithereens. Is everybody ready? Are you all ready? Do you have your popcorn ready? Do you have your delicious soda ready? Maybe you got a nice cup of tea like me. Delicioso! Right, you ready for this? Because I'm ready. I'm so ready right now. Okay, boom. Play mode is happening right now. The water from the sea doesn't know what to do. All the people should run scared. But they are, oh yeah, they're running. They're definitely running. Run, you fools! The water is coming. This is like from the scene of The Day After Tomorrow. Isn't it? This really is. Oh, everyone's floating. Everyone's floating. Oh dear, we got a bunch of floaters right now. But this is the city. The city is going to be dying. People up here have no idea. They're like, oh look, the city that's below sea level. Let's go down. And they're like, this is great. This is amazing. Kids are at school. Oh dear God, kids are at school at university. This is coming in. This is going to flood everything right now. This is going to be freaking amazing. Right, look at the flood. Let's fast forward. The flood is coming in thick and fast. People are losing their lives. And there is no way we're going to be able to fix this after this has happened. There is no way we're going to be able to fix this once this has happened. Just because of the flood level. So the water's coming in. It's going to stay in. It's going to cause ultimate destruction. This is going to be so deep right now. Oh dear God. That building there is expanding. Why am I bulldozing? Do you see that building just upgrade? Literally a building just upgraded. Oh, and the water's flowing in so fast as well. So freaking... Has it made it all the way to the other end yet? No, these guys are still fine. Look at these people. These people exiting right now. That last few got a lucky escape. There is no more people exiting. The water has reached the end. These people are driving in the traffic jam to get flooded in. GG everybody. GG. The water has finally reached the back. It is still coming in, thick and fast. There is no end to this destruction. Buildings are now finally starting to demolish. This whole area is going to be completely flattened. What have we done? There was only 2,000 people alive. We once had the greatest city ever created known to man. We defied all the odds by building a city, a fully functional city, might I add, below sea level. But we had one weakness. That weakness was the sea walls, the flood walls, and once destroyed, the sea came in and destroyed everything. This will be written about and put into textbooks for future generations to read. The lost city of Atlantis was now gone. It is now gone. It was glorious. It had the future of all technology. It had walkways that allowed you to walk to somewhere else. It was amazing. These are still kind of... Oh, there we go, flying around. These are still kind of here, but I assume they're going to be underwater very soon as well. Is that what? The water's still floating. Look at the height difference from there to here. It's still got quite a way to go up the water as to get in. Oh my goodness me. It's all gone, guys. Is there people still driving in? Right, no one's actually driving in no more. This ice cream truck, or this donut truck, sorry, is going to be the last vehicle to enter, I assume. There's no more coming, right? No. Do they not realize they're about to drive into their death? Are they this stupid? Are you this stupid? Look at that. It's all over, guys. It is low-key all over. Right, we're almost getting to the same levels. Almost getting to the same levels. This has been amazing. Let me know what you thought, guys, about building the city below sea level. Let me know if you've actually ever built a city below sea level. Obviously, as long as you don't destroy the walls, it is fully functional. You know, so it's quite interesting to see something like this. Building a city below sea level, it's very, very interesting. Normally, I mean, the right thing to do is build it above sea level. That's why none of this stuff can happen. But it's very interesting to see how this is all taken suit. It'd be quite cool if the game had like mechanics and mechanisms or something like that. If you did build a city below sea level, that over time sea walls do deteriorate. And you gotta like repair them and stuff like that. I'm not sure how. Maybe you just kind of have upkeep, and you know, someone comes out to fix them or whatever. Kind of like how, like, you know, when an ambulance comes out of the hospital or a garbage truck, it goes to that location to pick up the patient or the garbage. Kind of the same thing with sea walls, obviously, because they can break. That would be a cool little feature to add in. But then you'd also be living in fear that one day something like this could happen. People used to come to the hospital and be on the 20th floor and have a really good view. Now if you're on the 20th floor, you need to bring your scuba diving gear. This is amazing. Guys, I hope you have enjoyed this weird little experiment. The paths are now under the water. This little building here is going to be under the water very, very soon. This is the tram depot, which is now underwater as well, which I find hilarious. This is the destruction that we now see. No population whatsoever. We won't even be able to close the sea walls anymore. We can't even do that now, can we? If I did this, no, we can't do that. So we'd have to kind of terraform it across to kind of stop the water coming in. But it's just not happening, mate. It's just not happening. Hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.